Everybody, Victor Medina from Medina Law Group and Palante Wealth Advisors. We are on video number 2 for 365 videos for the year. And I realized it's a lot. It's a lot to do all of these videos. One of the things that I wanted to do, by the way, is try to come up with themes, as I mentioned before. And as I was talking through, I mean, there's going to be all kinds of things that are going to be specific to stuff that you might be interested in, like planning for women after a divorce, or what to do with your estate planning documents. But every once in a while I want to keep it fun, and as I mentioned, it is a lot of videos to get through. So we're actually in the middle of our studio rebuild. I don't know if you've noticed any of the other videos that we've had, but we've actually shot from a different direction, and so we're kind of building out the studio for the next year. So I'm really excited about some of those changes that are in there. And I had about 5 curtains that I needed to hang, and I wanted to share with you what I'm calling my lawyer life hack. And so we're going to go and kind of sprinkle these out throughout the year. So one of the things that I always find frustrating when you go to hang curtains is they give you hardware that's not really meant or designed to hang the curtains. I mean, it's included, but it's really cheap, and it doesn't do a very good job of hanging curtains. And so my dad kind of clued me into one of the things that you could be doing instead, and I wanted to share that with you as sort of a lawyer life hack, kind of what I did. So I hung 5 curtains really quickly. They're all level. You can see 3 of them behind me. But I wanted to share with you what they give you. So they give you one of these. I don't know if you can see if it'll focus in on that. I don't think it's going to focus in on that. So anyway, they give you one of these. It's one of those drywall anchors that you've seen forever and ever and ever. They're plastic. When you screw into them, the wings kind of open up on it. The problem with these, though, however, is if you've ever tried to use them, is first of all, you have to pre-drill a hole. And the hole is generally pretty large, about this size, in order for you to bang this thing through. If you happen to drill a hole that's too small and you hit it with the hammer, you end up bending it, and you've got one of these things that's sort of halfway, kind of looking like that. Ugh, we gotta get a quicker focus on this. But anyway, it ends up getting bent and not really worth it at all. So my dad clued me into a solution. There are these drywall anchors that come in a pack. And so you get the drywall anchor itself plus the screws that go into it. And so if you kind of look at that screw there, what happens is there's a little point on here. And that point, I'm going to have to get out of the shot just so we can focus on this. So let's see if it'll do that. There it goes. So it has a little point on there, and it has those screws, sort of like what you do to kind of auger into the ground. And so what you do with these instead is you kind of punch a little pilot hole in there. Actually, it has a little hole, pilot hole that goes in it, and then you kind of hammer it the rest of the way through, and it goes in this first third of it, and then you actually take a screwdriver and you screw it in the rest of the way, and you get a very flat hole that goes in. And then it actually has these little marks that as you put another screw in, it'll actually open itself back up. So the advantage of these is that you don't have to pre-drill a hole. You just kind of use the little pilot in there, hammer it through, screw it in, and then you've got a perfect hole for you to end up screwing the rest of your curtain in. It comes with hardware that is a little better quality. So these screws here, these steel screws are a little better quality all the way through, and they don't tend to strip the head as much. But you're able to put holes wherever you want really quickly, as long as you go into the drywall. So a couple of warnings if you're going to use these. They're available at Home Depot, anywhere. I've obviously not been endorsed to promote these, but they're available at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever else. But a couple of hints if you're going to end up using these. The first is you always want to make sure that you're actually going into drywall as opposed to into studs. So if you've got wood behind there, this is not going to work. You're going to try to hammer it in here, it's going to break. And it's because you're trying to hammer into wood. Don't want to do that. Just use the screw instead. The other thing is you got to be careful when you go ahead and turn these. Every once in a while, I did this on purpose, but every once in a while, you'll take the head off. Let me see if I can get out of the shot so that it can focus in on that. So you'll snap the head right off, and it doesn't end up flat. And when that happens, you end up having something that is not deep enough for it to open when you put the screw in. So you definitely want to make sure that you turn this slowly and trust that the auger in here is actually going to open itself up as you hang the curtains. So what I'll try to do is, after this is posted online, I'll end up posting a link to a place that you can get them at Home Depot or even Amazon if you want. But if you're looking for a faster way to hang curtains, something that's less frustrating, take the hint that I took from my dad. Pick up one of these sets of drywall anchors from there. It comes in a kit of usually about 50 at a time. You can get a dozen or so, and you'll speed through them. It'll be the best way that you've ever hung curtains, and it's been the best way I've ever hung curtains. So that's the very first lawyer life hack for 2021. If you like it, please subscribe to the entire channel. I actually upped my goal. With the very first one of these, I said my goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think that that's a terribly wimpy goal. So my goal is actually to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're going to go from 100 to 10,000. The only way that's going to happen is if you hit the subscribe button and if you actually recommend this to somebody else. We will be hitting the normal topics that you might want to hear from a retirement planner who does estate planning as well. Yeah, we're going to hit all of those as well, but we're going to start with these fun ones just to make sure that we're on our path for 365. And share it. Share the video, hit the subscribe button, and help me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's it. That's the first lawyer life hack. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.